Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's 5LINX webinar training event. My name is Mike Gilbert, and I am the Director of Product Development and Marketing for 5LINX. I'm very excited to be here on this call with all of you this evening, as this event marks the beginning of a brand new 5LINX webinar series we're launching to help provide you with more in-depth training on all of the products and services in the 5LINX portfolio. Tonight's going to be a great event, as we're going to be talking about one of the fastest growing products in the company, ChurchAlertz. So I encourage you to have a pen and paper handy, because we're going to cover a lot of very valuable information about this powerful service, and you're going to want to make sure that you don't miss a thing. We're also going to try to do something new tonight, so I hope you'll bear with us as we give it a try. We have a ChurchAlertz subject matter expert on hand with us tonight, and we're going to address your chat questions in real time right along with the webinar training. So feel free to send in your questions via the chat box as we go along, and we'll do our very best to answer as many as we can. So with that, let's dig right in and start with tonight's training. As many of you already know, ChurchAlertz has quickly become one of the most exciting and popular product offerings in our history. And the reason for that is really quite simple. We've basically put together and built a complete communication and fundraising solution for faith-based organizations, and in fact for nonprofits as well, as we'll talk about a little bit later in the conversation. So let's take a look at what we're going to be learning about tonight. First of all, we're going to talk about what is ChurchAlertz. We're going to go over some of the key features and benefits of ChurchAlertz, including the new custom mobile donation site that's caused so much excitement since we announced it at the New Orleans International event. We're also going to spend a little bit of time on how to sell ChurchAlertz, making sure that you have the tools and the resources that you need and the tactics you need to go out and share this outstanding opportunity. We'll of course cover our pricing and compensation, and as many of you know, ChurchAlertz and TextAlertz is one of the most highest compensation products in the 5LINX portfolio, so you're definitely going to want to make sure you catch the exciting details that we have on that, including for the first time releasing the actual commissions on some of our higher volume user accounts that more and more of our customers are starting to utilize. And then finally, we'll talk about some of the support and resources that you have at your disposal, many of which you may not be aware that are available for you. So, what is ChurchAlertz? Well, as many of you know, ChurchAlertz is a mobile text marketing service. It allows churches and nonprofits to actually build a database of their congregation or of their followers and supporters, and then communicate to that group on demand whenever they wish. What's important to realize, and where a lot of confusion sometimes takes place, is that ChurchAlertz is exactly the same service as TextAlertz. They are one and the same. And sometimes there's a point of confusion here because they do have different names. But in actuality, the only reason they have different names is because we created ChurchAlertz as a brand to make it easier for you to be able to go out and reach that targeted market with messaging that would resonate with them. So again, to reiterate, TextAlertz is ChurchAlertz, ChurchAlertz is TextAlertz. Now ChurchAlertz has an incredible capacity for churches to be able to use it for both in-reach and outreach. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more later on in the training. It also now, with the advent of the mobile donation site, provides a tremendous stewardship and fundraising resource for churches and faith-based organizations, allowing them to meet some of their financial needs as well as their communication needs. Because we realized that ChurchAlertz, when it first launched several months ago, we realized